Good evening, welcome to the Professor Maima Show. Hope you are doing well, you are ever watching me from around the world. Please subscribe, share, and like this video. So today I want to talk about Africa, the issue of Pan-Africanism. So Pan-Africanism, in terms of definition, it means Africa becoming one as one whole country, whereby any person who has a descent, who's originally from Africa or has descendants or has ancestors from Africa, is an African. Wherever they are, whether they are in America, South America, Asia, they're all Africa. That is it's called the Pan-Africanism. And when this for the young Gen Z, when Africa got independence in the 1960s, after being ruled for nearly 100 years, and also after surviving it's called slavery and exploitation of our minerals, because Africa did not choose to be poor by its own fault. You had people who came and colonized us, took all our minerals, and also interfered with our leadership. So at independence, that's why I'm talking about the real, can we say the real advisors for Africa, the real advisors for Africa, or you can say big thinkers for Africa. The big thinkers for Africa, people who think for Africa, the big thinkers for Africa. At independence, we had the Kwame Nkrumah, the president of Ghana, we had Lumumba here, Zaire, we had Jomo Kenyatta. We had so many people from around Africa when Africa got independence. So they were promoted this theory of Pan-Africanism, whereby Africa was supposed to be under one country, under one flag, under one leadership. In fact, they were talking of one African leadership, one government, one currency, so many things. But as you know, the Western powers got involved and totally destroyed that vision for Africa. That's why I'm talking about the big thinkers for Africa. Who are the big thinkers for Africa? Like in the thumbnail, we're seeing Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy are now the big thinkers for America. America elected Trump, and people don't know why people elected Trump. Most of the young Gen Zs in America, the ones who voted for Trump, majority, especially the young men, they look up to Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. This young man, Vivek Ramaswamy, is a billionaire from pharmaceuticals. He's a very young man. He's not even 40. Elon Musk, everyone knows about Elon Musk. I don't need to repeat him here. He's a billionaire. He has several companies. It's called the X. I don't know. Is it X Space company to take rockets to the moon? And then you have Tesla, who doesn't forget his robots. You understand? So these are the big thinkers for America. So they formed this department called DOGE. Even before that, they started supporting Trump before the election of 2024. And it happened, they supported him through campaigns, through money, and you name it. So Trump won, and it chose them to form this department of DOGE. You know, Trump always likes to exaggerate things. It's not a government agency, it's just more like a consultancy. So yesterday they were meeting even American senators, I don't know, House of Representatives, Republicans, although some Democrats also joined them. So they want to give suggestions so the American bureaucrats can be reduced by removing regulations. They also want to do what? To give ideas on how the American people, the leadership, can reduce expenditure, because they use a lot of money. They have so many employees who work from home. So they are proposing that anyone who works from home should not be in government office. You have to go to physical, not this remote. You know, this thing started during COVID. So many people have taken advantage in America. So the short of it, this DOGE is supposed to make American government more efficient and less bureaucratic and with less expenditure. Now come here in Africa, our governments are bloated, seriously bloated, and they deliver nothing. You understand? Most of the African countries. So Africa has this thing of it's called this dance of our leaders. One step forward, two steps behind. Like now, this leadership in Kenya here, when they entered for the small man and woman, the people who try to survive, a majority are skilled and skilled. They have basic education. Majority others are school dropouts, but majority are just real hardworking men and young women, young men and women who want to make a living from what they have. Because African here, the governments don't think for the people. They're just more about enriching themselves. And the reason they enrich themselves is so that they have a lot of land to stay away from the majority of poor people. So they go abroad and then they even buy big properties. They even hide properties. Like the young Gen Z, this story of Mobutu Sese Seko. Mobutu Sese Seko was the second leader of Zaire after the founding Prime Minister Lumumba was assassinated through the behest of the Western power CIA so that they could put in someone they can control. Lumumba was the foremost for Pan-Africanism, where Africa should become one, and they didn't want that. So fast forward, we have a situation whereby African leaders, like now Mobutu was talking about, they were impoverishing their people. Zaire or Congo, Kinshasa has a lot of minerals. Most of these mobile phones you are using, nuclear weapons, all these serious weapons that are being used in the wars around the world, they come from Zaire. But they have kept the people poor because they want them to keep on fighting. So me, I've been asking myself, we have BRICS. We have the BRICS led by Russia and China. You know, the world is in two spheres. And I saw the president of Congo, Kinshasa, going to BRICS. So I was asking myself, if we have these BRICS, and America under Trump, they are not interested in the world. Britain are having their issues. France is almost collapsing. Who else now is staying Africans' hands? No one. It's only the Africans themselves. There's no reason why Congo, Kinshasa can stop the wars and tell everyone there's enough to go around. Then they start industrializing the country. They start supplying Africa with the solar. Is it solar? Is it hydroelectric? I hear the rivers in Congo, Kinshasa, can supply Africa with electricity for over even 20 years non-stop. They start with that, plus other industries. And then the minerals they use them to develop their country so that it becomes a middle income country. That's what we are talking about. So now, you find that these people in the so-called African leaders, they're too greedy. Me, like now, you make Professor Maima president. Me, I'll be content with the salary you are giving me, which is like, I don't know, $20,000. The salary of the Kenyan president is $20,000. But the guy and other leaders in Africa are worth billions of dollars. So go figure. So if you make me president, I'll be content with that salary. And by the time I become president, I'll have my own assets. Maybe what I need is just land of 100 acres. I have my farming there, my cattle, and I do my own activities. Just 100 acres. That's enough for me and my generations. So I don't know if someone has over 50,000 acres, and even if he has even 6 wives, and each one of them has 10 children, those are 60 people. Even if you add more there, concubines and all that, those are 100 people. They cannot even feed, they cannot even settle, all of them cannot, even let me rephrase that, all of them, if a president has even a family of 100 people, 1,000 acres is more than enough for them. 1,000 is more than enough. We are just talking in terms of, because they like living large, 1,000 acres is more than enough for them. So I don't understand why someone has to have 50,000 acres. A country there in America, Europe, they they have big buildings, they are buying houses left, right, and center. They have 100 cars. For what? Like me, even making the president of Kenya, minimum 100 acres. I have my 2 cars, one for my wife, one for me. When now I'm in the president, I'll be given security and all the trappings of power. When I leave power, whatever I entered with, my 100 acres, with my 2 cars is what I'll live with. Hmm? Because what I'll be doing, I'll ensure that my children have knowledge and skills. Because these days money is in knowledge. Elon Musk is rich because of the money he creates, isn't it? But Africans, we think if we grab everything around us, that's when you are rich. No, richness is now knowledge. What service are you offering the people? What solutions are you offering to the people around you? Elon Musk is taking people to space to conquer new frontiers. Ramaswamy is a farm billionaire. These people, pharmacy who develop drugs for serious diseases. You understand? And they are billionaires. But Africa here, they believe acquiring everything. So you acquire 10,000 acres. In fact, you may not even know that land. You may not even walk in all that land. You know, these people, they have so much property, they even don't know what they have. They cannot even name it. Hmm? And when they die, their children will sell everything or mismanage. But me with my 100 acres, my children will take care of it. They will develop on what I've built, isn't it? That's what I'm talking about. The big thinkers for Africa. Who are the big thinkers for Africa? That's what we need. We need people like Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk to think for Africa. How we can have good agriculture, value addition, good economy, less inflation, what else? Good infrastructure, roads, so that if you come to a country like Kenya, the moment you land at the airport, there are already good superhighways, you have commuter trains, what else? Good airports, good security by police officers who don't ask for bribes, they are well paid, they are motorable, they are mobile, they have cars, motorcycles, bicycles, you name it. What else? Our sports study are good. In the estates, we have educational centers where people can have fun over the weekend, they can have drama, so that the young people are busy. If they're not working in the estates, they have school community centers where you have sports, counseling, drama, promotion of our culture, and all this. I saw a young man on YouTube being interviewed talking about the alphabet things. That's just an idle young man. Take him to the shamba. He'll forget that nonsense. He'll work hard and also improve his life and that of his family, isn't it? That's why I'm saying the big thinkers for Africa. Africa needs big thinkers who can take Africa to the next level and the continent money, ensure that we have one currency, we have one vision, and a great leadership, isn't it? Remove all the borders in Africa. Those are the big thinkers that we need for Africa. Not people who just sit around and think of acquiring just land for the sake of acquiring. Someone acquires 10,000 acres, and in fact that land is not producing anything for the country. He has 1,000 scored heads of cattle that they cannot even fill even 0.00% of that land. So it's just there, barren, arable. Instead of investing in things that can help the African people and communities go to the next level. That's what I'm talking about, the big thinkers for Africa. So this is the Professor Maima Show. I want to pray for you who's watching me, that you have a long life and that I will become rich and prosperous, not only you, your children, grandchildren, and all your generations. I also pray that all your dreams become reality. I also pray for my dreams to become reality. And those are my prayers. Amen. If you like something I've said on this our channel, you can support us on the mobile M-Pesa down there. +254 769 729327. I repeat again, mobile M-Pesa +254 769 729327. And as I always say, go ahead